Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Today we're going to do a deck profile, but it's going to be for a different kind of format, as my mic slowly moves away from me. It's going to be for a different kind of format. It's going to be for a format called like Highlander.
There can be only one.
Or in other games, it's like known as singleton. I think there's even a format that people play in Digimon called Chosen Ones. And basically what it is you can only have one card, one of each card in your deck. You can't have more than one copy of a given card. So you can't have an alt art and a regular art, for instance. That is singleton, or Highlander, as we are calling it here. And I'm doing this because I was invited to be a part of Mario, from Mario's Gaming World, to be a part of his creator tournament. I can't remember how many people, it might be 8 or 16, but a number of really awesome creators were invited to participate. I was one of them. I'm honored to be a part of it. And if you want to watch the match where I play this deck, you can go over to Mario's channel. It should be live. I'll link it in the description. So go check that out. And if you're coming here from that match, well, then you already know how things went. Yeah, I wanted to give you guys the deck profile. And, fingers crossed, other people do the same. And you should be able to see a variety of decks. The reason being, it's a cool format. A little bit weird. But as more and more cards come into the card pool, the better and better the format will get, most likely. So, yeah, if you are interested in this kind of alternative format, if you want to play it just casually with people online or at your locals, whatever, maybe this is a really interesting starting place for you, this deck list. So, without further ado, here is the deck list that I ran. So, like I said, it is a singleton format. I ran yellow. There's a variety of decks I think you could run. I think people think Rookie Rush might be a very good, viable deck. Maybe it is, but the problem with Rookie Rush is there's a lot of counters to it, and if it's in a format very popular, then, people will run the counters. Anyways, I did not run Rookie Rush. I ran yellow. Yellow has a lot of really good cards at every level, just value all the way up, which is why I ran it. And, yeah. So in terms of singleton, you can only pick one of each baby as well. These are the 5 babies that I picked here. Pikmon and Upamon are obviously the best of the bunch. This one is not so great. Koromon is a solid third, and then, if need be, Tokomon. That's kind of my order, but I wanted to have all 5 just so I would have something in raising if the games lasted that long. You never know with this type of format, but yeah. 5 babies. I think there might be a couple of others for yellow. I'm not sure, but not a lot of options there. Now we can get into the meat of it. And I'm going to organize my deck a little bit. BRB. All right. And we are back after I've organized the cards. I just played the match and my brain didn't work. Anyways, let's go to the rookies. I am using, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 rookies? Something like that. Anyways, got a decent number of rookies here. I'm going to start with the 2-drops. We have a 2-drop vanilla Salamon here. It's the starter deck Salamon. 2-drop vanilla Tsukaimon. 2-drop 5K Falconmon. You'll see this one from Rookie Rush, and you might see some of those in other yellow decks, but just a couple of good 2-drop vanillas. Good to have in these decks. Then we are going into the 3-drops. We have Kudamon. Kudamon, when attacking, if you have 4 or less cards, draw a card. Situationally useful, but it has some value, so we put it in. We have Tinkermon, because we also have the Petermon in the deck, so you get that Petermon-Tinkermon combo. Never was able to pull it off, but it exists, right? Like, it's there just in case it can happen. We have Salamon here, which is has the inheritable. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1k for the turn. Good against a lot of rookies in the game that have only 1k DP, so situationally useful. We have got Kotamon, which this one I'm always a little bit hesitant on hard playing just because I don't want to put things on the bottom of my deck because, like I said, there's value throughout and it's very inconsistent. So it is there. You could hard play it, but it is just another 3-cost Evo. We have Lopmon. Lopmon is situationally very good. It's basically a draw 2 when you play the card, so good. We have Starmon, because why wouldn't you be playing Starmon? Starmon is disgusting, especially if you get a few bodies on board. It can delete things. Then we've got Patamon, which is the promo. If you have 1 or fewer security, you recover 1. Really, really good card situationally. And look, if you see it early, you just evo it and you're fine in the raising area. This is a different one that you probably very rarely see, which is Renamon. On play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets sec +1. Sort of can buy you a turn if they've got a big threat on the board and you just kind of want to slow them down for a turn. So just a hard on play minus security effect. And then the last 2 are Salamon here. Salamon having the on deletion. If you have 3 or fewer security, recover 1. Also a good card. So as you can see, either they are vanilla or they add a little bit of value. Kind of a mix here of DP reduction, recovery, and security -1. So a lot of options that you can have in your hand on any given turn. And then finally, we're going to round it off with Bushi. Because why would you be playing this if you're not going to have Bushi? Maybe your opponent gives you a bunch of memory. Maybe you can cheat it out for free. A lot of cards in yellow can do that. And you get an extra swing. So good for that. But that is our level 3 lineup here. As you can see, I believe 13 level 3s. Going into the level 4s, we'll start with the vanilla 3-drop Repamon. Just a really good 3-drop. Terrible if you need to evo it, but otherwise just hard play it. You got a level 4 on board. Then we are going to go into Gladoman. Mostly that's on play. It can be played from Lord Knight, so it's useful. You can also just look at your security and see what's in it. Sometimes that's helpful, right? If you're trying to decide, should I do this play or that play? If you know what's in your security, it can change that math for you. Level 4s, there's definitely a few that are not that useful, but you put them in there anyways because maybe they'll have value. So we have the Gatomon. While you have 3 or more security, it gets +1k. Yeah, situationally, maybe. This card actually came in handy quite a lot. 5 cost drop. On play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -3,000 for the turn. Terrible outside of this format. In this format, very good, because it's basically DP reduction on play. You get a body, you probably delete something. Really gross. Like I said earlier, we have Petermon, which can pull out the Tinkermon. That's why it's in the deck. It's also another level 4 Evo. We have one of the Meikumon, I believe, or Meikumons. On play, if you have 3 or fewer security, -4k DP. So it's situational DP reduction, but can come in handy. 4k is better than 3k too. So you're sort of getting the theme of why you would play yellow. A lot of DP reduction, plus recovery, plus minus security, can kind of bail you out of a lot of situations. Shooting Starmon on deletion, -3,000 DP. We're playing Ankylomon here because, you might get lucky. Maybe it's in security and it comes onto board. Otherwise, just a vanilla level 4. 1 Turimon, just a 1-cost Evo, good body, 6k. Yeah, why not? This is where Highlander starts to get weird, which is the blocker problem. Some formats, like Chosen One, do have a rule where you can play 2 of all your blockers. So if you're playing casually with friends, maybe implement those rules. Otherwise, things like Rookie Rush, you have to do other strategies to get around it. But for blockers, we did max out the available blockers to yellow. I say available because one of them is very situational. We have Unimon, we have Pitomon, and we do play 1 Gatomon for both recovery and if you have Mastamon out, which we do play, blocker status. So yeah, that is our level 4 lineup. I'll do the level 5s and then I'm going to push the cards together and then show you the level 6s and everything else. So going into the level 5s, we have, what is that? 3, 6, 9, 12. A lot of level 4s, I think, especially only 13 3s. But the reason for that is in this deck, there's a lot of on plays that you might use, so you don't always evo these. Just something to keep in mind. Level 5s, we have Sirenmon, just a great vanilla 2 evo, 5-drop level 5. We have 1 of the when Digivolving, if you have 3 or fewer, recover 1 Angiwomon. We have 1 of the other Angiwomon that gives minus security and has the amazing inheritable. We have a Mistymon here. On play, 2 Digimon get -3k DP. Another good card for slowing an opponent who starts to flood the board. Then we got 1 of the Knightmons on play, -4k DP. Can also be cheated out with Lord Knight, so good stuff there. We have 1 Magna Angemon, which has the on play of recovery, plus the inheritable situationally of giving you extra DP. one of the yellow Rise Greymon, which allows you to play a tamer for free, a yellow tamer for free from your hand when you Digivolve. And it has the also bonus that you will probably never get, but maybe in a world that you could get plus security if you've played all 3 of the yellow tamers we play in the deck. We also have the red Rise Greymon here, which has the Digiburst ability to play a yellow or a red, and minus 2k when you swing if you have a tamer in play. So really good stuff. 1 War Growl, and 1 Shakumon as well to give rookies minus security. So a really nice level 5 lineup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 level 5. So very heavy here on the level 5s as well. But that's because we have on play, on play, on play. Yeah, there's 3 on plays out of that you want to play from hand in some form or fashion, only one of which you can cheat out. So really good selection of level 5s there. So I'm going to put these away real quick and then show you the level 6s. All right, getting into the level 6s now. We'll start. We're going to play Slash, just a great card. Deleting things at 8k or allowing you to swing over things that are really big. So we play one of those. Play 1 Magnadramon. The Magnadramon obviously has the on play of recovery +2. Really good in certain situations. You can Evo it if you need just another level 6. It has the when attacking, you can bring out a level 3. So lots of value on this. We have 1 yellow War Greymon. Yeah, you swing, you can add a security to your hand, restand it, delete, give something minus 6k. So a lot of really good value out of that card. Playing 1 Contorusmon because it can buy you a turn really nicely if your opponent starts to get a big board and they've maybe dealt with your board, and you can say, hold up, you can't win next turn. And it has the on deletion minus 11k, so just so much value in all of these cards. Lord Nightmon, if you've been playing this format, you know what it does, but when you attack, you can play a level 3 or something with warriors, so that's how you get out the Gladoman or the Nightmon for free. And it's a huge body if you have a big board on both turns. 1 Seraphimon here, which you don't see as much of except in security control, but when Digivolving, recover 1, and if you have 3 or more security, it gets Sec +1. So just more good yellow. Outside of that, we do play 1 Mastamon because you can Evo over a yellow, and all of our level 5s are yellow. So we have 1 Mastamon here, trashes, lets you play something from the trash, which you can play anything really, but the really crazy combos are like Gatomon or Petermon, which can play more bodies either from the trash or your hand. And then this is the weird one. If you don't necessarily need this in the deck, you could find space for something else. I have 1 Volcanic Dramon. If you do play this and people are like, I'll just play Rookie Rush because they didn't, honestly, because maybe they don't think too hard about the format and they just think Rookie Rush will always win. I think this deck would be fine against Rookie Rush between DP reduction, recovery, etc. But just another card in there. And it's Sec +1, so it can be gross. Yeah, that's the level 6 lineup. And then we have the 1 level 7, because that's all you can really play. You don't want to play a level 7 just for Volk, or just for Masty, because you only have 1 of them. So we have 1 Chaosmon here, which can go over all of these. Just the Valder is a good card. Just more DP reduction, more removal. That's your level 6 lineup there. I'll scoot these up so you can sort of see them. And then we'll get into the Tamers. We have 1 yellow TK. Lets you look at your stack. Take 1 yellow to your hand and recover 1. You can take anything to your hand, but if it's yellow, you recover. And it's a memory tamer, so you start at 3. 1 Kari, because you can get extra memory on your turn. 1 TK that gives your security Digimon +2k. Did not have an effect, unfortunately, in my matches. I wish it did, because in theory, it's a good card. But that's your 3 yellows for that Rise Gray inheritable effect. And then we are playing 1 Tie and Mat, not because we can get any security +1, but just the ability to, if you get this and this out, or maybe just this, it fixes your math to where you almost always start at 3 if you have one of these down, and sometimes crazy memory, like 5 or 7 or whatever. So really nice sort of combo there. And then finally, we have 1 option card, which is Spiral Masquerade. Just too good. It's such a good card. I know you could think about playing 7 Heavens or some of these other cards, but for only 4, deleting a number of bodies rather than deleting one big body. You can't choose one big one, but yeah. You could try to fit in a blinding ray, say if you don't want Volk. So things to play around with, but yeah. That is the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed that deck profile. I would urge you that go check out the match on Mario's channel. Hopefully some of the other creators are posting their deck lists as well. And yeah, if you're interested in playing this format with friends, let me know what you think about all the different decks. And yeah, I think this yellow deck is pretty good. Pretty dang good. So thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you in a future one. Carpe awesome.